we are trying to encourage young people to start breeding goats and to start seeing value in goat farming. If I'm to sell a Mashona goat, I'll sell it for around $40. But if I sell an F1, which is a mixture of a Mashona and a Boa goat, I'm likely to I'm likely to sell it at $150. So you see the difference?
Yes. Were you not scared to venture into a business like this?
I wasn't. I've always been, you know, those people who love farming.
If someone says I'm venturing into goat farming because it is a business, I think it's wrong. For you to live well in goat farming and for it to treat you very well, I think you need to treat goat farming as a lifestyle.
Lifestyle?
Yeah, you need to treat it as a lifestyle. This happened accidentally.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have a life to live. But then now I just found my life. I came to Namibia wanting to do cabbage.
Cabbage?
Yeah, cabbage.
You were doing cabbage?
I wanted to do cabbage.
In Zimbabwe?
In Zimbabwe. We once lost stock of about 13,000 American dollars.
13,000?
Yes.
13,000 US dollars, how?
Yeah, goats were stolen. We just woke up, everything was gone.
You?
Yeah, then we once had a tragedy when one of our trucks was involved in an accident.
Okay.
And we ended up losing stock of almost 8,000 again.
8,000 US dollars.
American as well.
This feels so good. We have a lot of goats from Namibia. We've got the Boa goat, the Kalahari red, we have the Savannah, we have the Sun and goat for milk. I don't mind the bum from the goat, but I think this is a beautiful evening. And
this is amazing to see. Mash goats just traveled all the way from Namibia to Zimbabwe by road. I wanted to ask another question concerning agrotourism. I've heard you talk about it, and it seems like in the future you're going to do it.
Agrotourism, like I said, is the ore, if not value addition, to the gold mine, and the gold mine, which is gold farming. So agrotourism is going to happen. We are going to be curing stress here with goats. We are going to be, you know, you want to make twins, come and get to drink a bit of goat urine and you'll get twins. I'm telling you, my guy.
You refer goat farming as gold. Why?
It is gold. You don't need an excavator, you are the excavator. You don't need any yellow machine because the color yellow is within you. So by so doing, it is extracted from you into the goat. So trust me, it is the gold.
You're so confident when it comes to goat farming, and it seems like you know.
I'll be lying to you if I say I'm confident. Goats are me and I'm goats. Well, I'll tell you for a fact, the best thing you can ever do in life is never give up.
Yes.
This used to be, you know, a layers production that didn't take off very well. But here it is being converted into, you know, a massive mine of gold. Your
goats are increasing in numbers as of now. And there is sort of like shortage of feed in our country because of low rains. How are you feeding your goats?
It's all about livestock countrywide. It's all about us humans.
Yes.
You know, the climate has changed. There's a lot happening towards people, you know, as in farmers and stuff like that.
Yes.
So what we are urging people to do is to farm a lot with goat, which is goats. They are very drought resistant.
Yes.
They don't forage a lot. But in addition to them foraging, what do we then do? We have balers. We are baling grass that we can use as supplementary feed to our animals. So if they are confined and we are feeding them hay, it's as good as they are also feeding and munching on the surrounding feed. So this helps in combating the animals, saving them in one place, giving them good quality food, and we are good to go.
You're doing this project with mash goats. Is it a lucrative business?
Goat farming is a lucrative business. I've done the math. I've the experience.
Okay.
So you can start with 2 goats.
2 goats?
3 goats, whatever the number you want to start with. I started with a few Mashona goats that are over there.
Yes.
And I had 1 bag. So 1 bag can service up to 25 doors.
Yes.
And with 25 doors, goats give birth to twins and triplets. So imagine, and they give birth twice a year.
So it's both capital intensive and it's not if you start with a small number.
Definitely, it's not capital intensive because if you look at the Mashona goats, they range up from $30 to $40.
Yes.
So you can just, with $100, you already have 3 goats.
Yes.
You can even start with those 3 goats, and you tell me by the end of the year you'll be having about 3 times 3, it's 9.
9.
It's by 2. By the end of the year, you'll be having 18 goats.
18 goats.
Yes.
That's impressive.
That's very impressive. And they, as you can see, I'm just feeding them hay.
Yes.
So there's nothing special. You just go and cut your hay, you feed them hay, and you make sure they're hydrated and there's water in here.
Exactly.
So they have their water and they have their grass. Grass is from God.
Yes.
There's nothing fancy that I'm putting.
People keep goats for meat and breeding. What pays more?
So between, I'm doing this for breeding.
Okay.
I want to breed, I want to get to a point, as you can see on the next,
Yes.
the next lot is just pure boar,
Yes.
which we imported with mash goats from Namibia, which we're selling because we want to change the genetics of goat farming in the country. If you look at our
That's
own,
impressive.
if you look at our own Mashona goat, it's a very small.
Yes.
It's a very small goat.
Yeah, it
with
is
small
very
body frame.
It is
So, but
very
if I met it with a boar,
Yes.
we get a much bigger goat with more meat. So you get high returns by mixing our own Mashona and the boar. So I'm in it for breeding at the moment.
Okay.
Then maybe as the herd grows, then I'll start looking for selling them for meat. But whatever we are selling, because we are in partnership with Mash Goats,
Yes.
whatever we are selling from that lot,
Yes.
is for people who want to breed. I was having a discussion with my mother, and she's the one who advised me. She's a farmer. She's always been a farmer. She's the one who has advised me to start a goat farming project. She told me that it has high returns, and from experience, from reading, from seeing other people who are doing it. I'm someone who loves reading, and it's fun. I'm going to declare this.
Yeah.
TikTok taught me a lot.
Yes.
And when I started with the Mashona goat.
Yeah.
And I was on TikTok every day learning about goat farming, seeing people in Uganda, Kenya, all African countries.
Yes.
There are a lot of young people doing goat farming. So I would learn a lot from them. Then there was a point when I wanted to then get a boar goat.
Yes.
That's how I met Mash Goats.
Okay.
And after I had met him and I bought the boar goats from him, I got a book, a complimentary book, because he wrote a book about goat farming.
Yes.
So that book has also been my guide as well. So I've been reading that book. It has been guiding me on how to do goat farming, and also TikTok. It's easy. You can even listen to it while you're doing something and
Yes.
learn from it. So if you see this place, I acquired it maybe in 2013, and I was doing broilers. So
yes.
these matanga that are now for goats,
Yeah.
they used to be for the broiler chicken farming. So I then upgraded them, spiced them up so that they can be accommodate goats. But I've been doing chickens, and I thought with chickens, they needed a lot of my attention. They needed me to be here all the time.
Yeah.
But with goats, I can go back to work and come maybe twice or so a week, and they'll still be fine. You know, we are in a movement for people to eat health, eat clean.
Yes.
And goat meat is clean meat.
Wonderful.
It's healthier.
Then additional to this, you can also breed pets, goats for pets, like those animals that are born from inbreeding. You can castrate them.
Yes.
Instead of getting rid of them, for meat.
Yes.
You can have them as pet goats.
Have you ever had any inquiry?
Yeah, I once did.
wanting-
I can't remember the name, but I know if I dig very well, I might end up finding a name. In the near future, when we do this again, I'll get a name. We had an inquiry in Bordeaux of an old lady that needed therapy, so they wanted to buy a kid goat. Yeah.
A goat for therapy.
For therapy, yes.
And it's happening in Zimbabwe.
It's happening in Zimbabwe, my guy. It's happening in Zimbabwe. Goat farming information is not what is going to give you the drive.
Yes.
I think what you need is the zeal, the love of animal. When you have that, you can then further think of looking for information on goats. Don't be in this because of the money. You need to be in this for the love of animals, for the love of your nation. So do this for the future. Do this for the offsprings that are coming forth, not just for yourself. That's all I can say when it comes to breeding of animals. It is capital intensive if you want to start with 100 boer goats or 100 color reds. But at the end of the day, what I'll tell you is you can then start with one boer goat, you crossbreed. After crossbreeding, whatever it is that you make from your crossbreeds F1s, you can then return it back into the business and start attaining more pure breeds until you reach a good number of pure breeds.
My brother, you told me that you lost over 8,000. People came and stole your goats. And it seems like on this project, you went an extra mile of investing money in security. And one of the security is a camera.
Well, it's not an investment. It's a must-do in farming. You need to engage yourself with this type of security.
Are you receiving a lot of inquiries concerning this type of security these days? Because the people are not on the ground most of the time. They would want to monitor their farm.
Yes, we are receiving a lot of inquiries concerning CCTV security. Because if you look at it nowadays, people they are very busy with other things, and this keeps you in touch, like you are always there.
Yes.
You can view your farm from wherever you are in the world, and you can also speak through this camera to someone who is close, and they can speak back to you. Yeah.
You see, guys, this is what we are talking about. These days, there is now what they are calling precision farming. You can be in the UK, Australia, America, everywhere in Africa, Ghana, and yet at the same time monitor your farm. How did you start? How did you come up with this idea of doing goat farming?
So I came from Namibia.
Yes.
I met this guy.
Yes.
We were supposed to meet the guy. He gave us directions.
Yes.
So after getting all the directions, this guy, what he then did was he never showed up, and I'd brought through an agronomist to do the soil samples. So with that in place, the guy never showed up. So when the agronomist lady was leaving, it then happened. The boyfriend then of that lady asked, "Oh, you're from Namibia? Yes. I heard there's Boer goats there." So we then said, "Oh wow, Boer goats
in Namibia."
In Namibia. I said, "Oh, okay, we'll look into it." Went back. It took maybe 4 or 5 years down the line.
4 or 5 years?
Yeah, 4 or 5 years down the line. Here we are.
For others, that's too long. The reason why I'm saying that, people of today, when you ask them that the business, we can start a business together, and then the returns are going to start coming 5 years from now, they'll say, no, I can't do that.
It's a busy one. It's a busy one, my guy.
I see.
You want therapy? Come for it.
For me, this is not the kind of therapy that I would want. So what is the future for you when it comes to goat farming?
Goat farming is today and it's happening. This is going to be ongoing for life. Even when I die, just bring goats. Everyone who's coming for my funeral, come with a goat, then you should let them through for body viewing. No goat, no body viewing. Hey goat, come goat, yay! Me and my babies, we're having fun, man.
So you are the one who is making...
Yes, I'm the one who is making these goat pens.
Okay. You told me that you were in South Africa for how many years?
For 7 years.
What happened for you to come back?
After school,
Yes.
that's when I went to South Africa.
What were you doing at school?
I was doing diesel and plant fitting mechanics.
Ah, okay.
Yes, that's when I went to South Africa. Then when I went to South Africa, it was also very difficult to find a job for me.
Okay.
I was applying as a diesel and plant fitter, but it was very difficult for me to get a job. Then I met this guy, a friend of mine. Then he told me to try to apply in restaurants. That's when I got a job in a restaurant. I was working there as a scullion, as a dishwasher. Yeah, I worked there for about 2 months. Then after 2 months, I was working for an Italian guy. That guy said, no, you don't deserve to work in scullion. I think you can do something better. That's when he started to train me how to braai, to cook, and to be a chef. So I was doing, I started to work there as a chef. I worked for about 2 years as a chef, but yeah. Then from chef, I quit that job because that guy was he was harassing us, sort of racism. Yes. Yeah, that's when I quit that job. So now the problem comes when Home Affairs was starting to chase Zimbabweans. They were always after us. That's when I started to struggle. I was trying to apply for a job, but they always wanted a work permit. I had no permit. I was using a passport. Okay. So yeah, so always they were asking for work permits. So I started to struggle for a long time. I was working sometimes in construction. You know, you can go to work in construction maybe the whole day, mixing ducts, and maybe they will pay you 150 rands. That is like $5 here in Zimbabwe. Yeah. So in January this year,
Yes.
that's when I just decided to come back home. I had nothing to do here in Zimbabwe, like absolutely nothing, but I just said, no, I'll go back home. I'll see what I can do there.
Yeah.
That's when I came back in Zimbabwe. I came back in Zimbabwe, but what I can say, it's only the fact that I'm someone who believe in myself. I believe in myself that because I was in Harare, then I saw a lot of people, they are driving cars, you know, people are doing a lot of things,
Yes.
different things. Some they are selling airtime, some they are selling bananas, you know, everyone is hustling in Harare.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when I started to believe in myself that I can do something. I can also do something that can give me money to do these things, to buy a car, to do, you know, a lot of things. But I'm someone who was always dreaming something big. Yeah, so I said, no, I can't do just a random thing. Because I got a job in in a Chinese mine.
Yes.
They offered to pay me $350 US
Per month.
per month. But let me be honest with you, I'll just be open with this job that I'm doing right now.
Where did you learn the skill?
The skill, as I said before, I was reading a book that was written by Mash, the CEO of Mash Goats.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I was reading that book, that's when I saw a page. There is what I can say before, I'm someone who was interested in farming.
Ah.
Yeah, so I used to follow farmers on Facebook and on YouTube. That's when I see that a lot of Zimbabweans, they are more interested in farming, especially those who are overseas, those who are in the USA, in UK, they are interested in farming. A lot of people, they are now doing farming.
Yes.
So, and I realized that in this industry that I'm doing right now, there's no competition, I can say. There is less competition. A lot of people are not even interested with this thing. If I can tell someone that I build goat pens and cattle holding pens, you know, someone will be laughing at me. They'll be like, this guy, he doesn't have money. Like, when someone maybe who is working in office, you would think that he's way much better than me.
Yes.
But as I said, if I construct a goat pen that accommodates up to 100 goats,
Yes.
I'll be left with something like $300 US.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And to construct a goat pen that hold up to 100 goats, I need something like 5 days.
5 days only?
Yes. So, as I said, I'm someone who was always open-minded. I was reading that Mash Goat, the book that was written by Mash Goats.
Yes.
Then I saw a goat pen. That's when I started to market on Facebook. I started to market on farming platforms.
Yes.
Then I started to market that I do this. I just took the picture from internet. Then I started to tell people that I do this. And fortunately, someone believed in me and he said, can you come and do this thing? I went there, I did the thing, and the guy was very happy. So from there, he started to recommend me to some of his fellow friends. I started to do for them. So I see that I can't just focus on doing goat pens only.
Yes.
That's when I started to do also cattle holding pen. I do nice cattle holding pens with well-treated poles from Allied Timbers, Eastern Forest. Just a cattle holding pen. A cattle holding pen for 30 cattle, it's like 12 by 12 meters. That one I charge it $700 US. Wow. Yes. So that's when I started to do this thing. It's been 3 months now while I'm in Zimbabwe.
Yes.
But if I can tell you, you're not gonna believe me.
Yes.
I've got more than 10 employees that are under me. As I'm speaking right now, I have the guys that are constructing a cattle holding pen in Alves.
Yes.
It's 35 kilometers from Harare. I was there yesterday. I went with the guys, I left them there. I also have some other guys who are constructing a chicken coop in what do you call waterfalls.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a small chicken coop that is just 3 by 3. We do it with IBRS zincs just on the side and on top. Also, we put chicken mesh on the round. Yeah, so now I've more than 10 employees that are under me.
That's amazing.
It's just 3 months while I'm here in Zimbabwe. So, and yeah, now I can see that the future is bright for me because every day I'm growing day by day.
Yes.
I'm meeting with some high-profile people.
Exactly.
I meet with a lot of people